The Brasileiro is about halfway done, and man, I swear, Brazil's National League is the most confusing league in the world. This is because there are so many big teams in the Brazilian league that some giants are always going to underperform and even end up in different situations just one season later. Just like last place team called Fluminense. If you don't know much about them, you might say, what's so crazy? Well, Fluminense just last season won the most important trophy in South America called the Copa Libertadores. Imagine being a fan of theirs right now. From winning the Champions League of South America to just 1 year later facing a very real threat of relegation. Some people say the reason of their decline is their very bad transfer policy. And right above them is Grêmio. And although Grêmio have 2 or 3 matches in hand, they are shockingly low. I mean, Grêmio finished runners-up last season, where they had one of the best strikers of our generation, Luis Suarez, help them to a domestic state title while also qualifying for the Libertadores. What's even crazier is that Grêmio had just gotten promoted 2 seasons ago, so they are on a crazy roller coaster right now. From almost winning the title to relegation is wild, and I'm assuming that Suarez leaving to Inter Miami was a big reason for their downfall. And you know how I was just talking about both qualifying for the Libertadores? Well, although their league form has been terrible, both squads managed to qualify for the round of 16 and they are literally matched up against each other. So yes, one of these 2 teams in the relegation area will also be in the quarterfinals of the most coveted trophy in South America. In talking about the Libertadores, let's talk about another matchup that caught my eye, Botafogo and Palmerias. These sides are both in the top 4 of the Brazilian league, just like a repeat of last year's title race, but if you don't know, last year Botafogo had a huge lead in the league, however bottled it so bad that they tied or lost in the last 11 matches of the league and placed 5th. So the fact that these 2 teams are once again battling for the league title is, well, worrying if you're a Botafogo fan, but very confident if you're a Palmeiras fan. And the race for top 4 is going to be very tight, as Flamengo, Sao Paulo, Cruzeiro, and Fortaleza are all 2 points of one another. And honestly, I want to recognize the turnaround that Cruzeiro had as well. Fighting to stay in the league last season after their promotion, they are now battling to be one of the best squads. And it seems like it was all just a management issue, because as soon as Ronaldo Nazário, yes, R9 himself, would go on to sell the team, the new owner Pedro would go on to make excellent transfers and strengthen the side. And in my opinion, Flamengo and Sao Paulo might have a disadvantage when it comes to the league due to the fact that they are both in the Libertadores round of 16 as well, giving Bahia a chance to make the top 4, which would be a massive achievement for them. But for some people, they may find a way to discredit them due to the fact that Bahia is owned by the Citigroup. They bought 90% of the club just last year, and it seems as though whatever they are doing is working, as they aren't really known to be a big or strong club in Brazil before the Citigroup purchase. Oh, and no, I didn't forget about you Corinthians fans. See, Corinthians are a massive team in Brazil, and the last South American side to win the FIFA Club World Cup back in 2012 when they beat Chelsea in the final. But gone are those glory days, as the squad fights to stay in the league. But although their league form is terrible, they still find themselves in the round of 16 in the Sudamericana, which is basically the Europa League of South Africa. I mean, they weren't really that strong in the league last year either, but for Brazil, 14 sides go to continental competitions, so more than half the league is in a competition, and it just goes to show how strong the Brazilian league is compared to other South American countries, and anybody other than Argentina doesn't even come close. But anyways guys, the Brasileiro is really spicing up, and I just wanted to share the halfway point of the league being finished. Tell me what you guys think below in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Brazilian content.